Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be making something with some Cricut heavy chipboard and some Cricut felt. Before I even get into that, I just want to tell you, whenever I post on the Craft Buddies page, what I do is I link the product if it's available to make it easier for people to buy it. So the other day I was posting something and I was linking the Cricut glitter cardstock, which I use so often. I absolutely love it. And I have to say, I have not seen it cheaper anywhere else. So if you have not had a look at the Craft Buddies Cricut sale, you have to go and have a look. The prices are insane. I actually can't wait for payday because I'm just going to go crazy again. So let's get into what we are doing with this. So we are on Barbie's Home Makeover again. And let's see if you can see that. This is the outdoor patio, if you want to call it. So it does need to be repainted. My kids thought it would be a great idea to actually walk on it. So it does have some dirt on it. I have washed it. It's not coming off, so we're going to have to repaint that. I actually did this ages ago, so it does need a revamp. So as you can see, one of our fences has broken. So what I want to do is I want to make a flower box that will hide the broken fence. Obviously I'm not going to be able to replicate these fences. These are MDF and they were done with a laser cutter. It's pretty hard to try and replicate that. I see I've also got a chip here which I'm going to have to paint over. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that because I got this paint ages ago, so obviously it has since dried out. So I'm hoping I will be able to patch up the fence, otherwise I'm going to have to repaint it. I do have some ideas for the patio, but we will do that in another video. So let's talk about how we're going to fix this. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a flower box that's going to fit over this. Now the reason I'm fitting it over it is I don't feel like sitting and sanding this down for hours on end, so that I can have a flat bottom. So it's basically going to be the shell of a box that's going to fit around that, and it's going to have flowers on top. So we're going to obviously use the felt to make the flowers. So the first thing I did is I had to ascertain how big I wanted it. So I've gone with 12 centimeters long and about 2.5 wide. So I obviously had to look at the fence around it and decide if the width was going to be too much for the fence. So that's why I've gone with 2.5 wide. We don't want it to be too big. Okay, so you know what we're doing now. Let's move on to the design portion of it. I already have my design set up, so I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what I've done. I have decided that I'm going to be using, as I may have mentioned, I'm going to be using the Cricut heavy chipboard. So that is 2 millimeters thick. So what I've done is I have added in a rectangle that is 12 centimeters wide by 2.5 centimeters high. I've then added in my sides, which is the same height, 2.5 centimeters. Why has my height changed? So let's unlock that. So this is going to be 2.5 by 2.5. So I want a depth of 2.5 and I want a height of 2.5. So let's just unlock this. 2.5, yes. So I want those to be 2.5 by 2.5. I've then got 2 inserts. Now, because we are not sanding down the broken fence, we're just going to place it over it. I'm creating inners to sort of give it height so that I can place the flowers on top of that instead of having to actually do the bottom, sand it, do all of that. I'm not going to do that, so I'm actually just going to insert some heavy chipboard into it. So what I've done for the inners is I've made them 4 millimeters smaller in height, width, whatever you want to call it. So these are 2.5, these are 2. So I've made it slightly smaller so that the top one I can wrap it in felt. Oopsie, undo that. So what I'm going to do with one of them is I'm going to add an offset. And what my offset is going to be for is so that I can wrap felt around it, so that it gives it like a sort of grass effect. So we're going to apply that offset. We're going to move the offset here. Then what I've done is I've found some flowers. Now these are called wax flowers. You can search it under images. What I've done is I've actually contoured them. So these are supposed to be done with cardstock. I want to try and do it with felt because I want them to last. So this is obviously going to be something that my kids play with. I don't want it to break very easily. So you can see I've actually contoured out these middle sections because I want it to be a solid piece. I am going to try and cut this with the no, not the rotary blade, the deep point blade, because it's so small and it does have a lot of curves. I don't know if the rotary blade's gonna handle it. So this we're gonna change to the same green, and I think let's just look if we can find some leaves. Now what I'll want for the leaves is not something so we can actually use this. I don't want something that's going to be very intricate. I don't want a lot of pieces, so we're actually just going to put it under the flower. So we can delete this part. Oopsie. We can completely get rid of that, and that's just going to leave us the leaf shape. Now you want to make the leaves obviously small enough so that they can hide under your flowers. So I do prefer that kind of leaf as opposed to these ones, so I'm actually just going to get rid of these. Now we can say make it. What we're going to do is we're going to choose for any material 30 by 30.5. So this is going to be our heavy chipboard, and this is going to be our green felt, and then this is going to be our pink felt. So you can do this any color you want. It doesn't have to be pink. I may not even use pink. Let's see how we go with this. So we're going to say continue. And for your first one, you're obviously going to choose, we're going to browse all materials, and you're going to choose chipboard, heavy chipboard 2mm, because that's what we are using. And then for this one, what you're going to do is we're going to say felt. So it actually asks for our fine point blade. So we're going to use our fine point blade in it then. Okay, that's perfect. So let's get to making this. We've done the design portion. Now in the design, I only chose one color of felt, but I've actually found that I have two colors. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use this for the leaves, this for the flowers, and this one for the green that's going to cover the heavy chipboard. So the first thing we're going to cut is the heavy chipboard, which is great because we do need to paint it. Well, we need to stick it, paint it, do all those things. So for this, we're going to need a strong grip mat and a knife blade. So just a reminder, calibrate your knife blade so that you don't get uneven cuts. I have just calibrated mine. I'm using a strong grip mat. And we're going to attach our heavy chipboard onto our strong grip mat. So please also take note of the space. So your design can't be bigger than 28 centimeters wide. We're going to give that a little roll onto there. Now this is a brand new, or sort of semi-brand new strong grip. So we should be, no, I'm gonna tape that down just in case. So what you should use is painter's tape or something like that. I don't have it, so we are using normal sellotape. And this is just for added protection. because you don't want this moving as it's cutting. That will not be nice. Oopsie. Okay, remember to move your white rollers all the way to the end, so you want them on this side of your machine. I have my knife blade inserted. Okay, I have chosen the chipboard 2mm setting, and we're going to put this in and we're going to let it cut. So this is giving us a 6-minute cut time with 24 passes. I'm going to stop it and check it after about 15 passes, and I will definitely let you know how many passes we do. I'm not going to make you sit through this though, because 6 minutes of me talking could get a bit boring. So I will meet you back here shortly. I let that go for 17 passes and that has cut absolutely beautifully. I'm so happy with that. So now we're going to do the felt. So first it calls for the light one. So I'm using my strong grip mat again. I probably could have let it go for less passes because it has left indents on my mat. Now I'm using my strong grip mat again. You probably shouldn't. You should use your fabric mat. But my fabric mat is finished. I need to get a new one. So strong grip it is. So we're going to change from our knife blade over to our fine point. And we're going to let that cut. So we're going to let that cut, and while that's cutting we're going to quickly stick together our flower box. So we're going to stick this on the inside like so. Is that what we were doing, or were we doing it there? I actually can't remember now. That's how we were doing it. So the long piece is going on the inside of that piece like so. Let's just double check. Like so. And then this is the piece that's going to fit in the bottom like so. That is so cool. Okay, so our leaves are cut already. So let's just check. Oh, we shouldn't have used the strong grip. It doesn't look like it's cut through, so let's just have a look. Let's cut that off to make it easier to see. So yeah, it hasn't completely cut through. Oopsie. So we're just going to help it along with our scissors. Now we're going to do our dark green piece. And we're going to cut this twice because it didn't cut through the first one. While that's cutting ever so loudly, we're just going to, I hope there's still, oh, it looks dry. Oh no, it's finally dried out. Yep, that's, oh wait, we might have enough here. Oh, we need to get more of this glue. So this is a wood glue, and that's why I wanted to use it, an extra strong wood glue. So to make it cut again, we're just pressing the go button. And how did we do this? We wanted it like so. Okay, we have our big felt piece. Also didn't cut through entirely at the top. Again, we'll just kind of help it. It's just little stringy bits. Oops, and the corner. Didn't like it. And the last piece we're doing with the felt is our flowers. So we have cut all of our things. I don't think the fine point blade is the right thing for felt, to be honest. It was a little traumatic. I had to cut the flowers almost all by hand. They didn't cut beautifully. So we have stuck our box that is going to go over here. Oof, that's moved slightly, but it's fine. So this is going to go here, like so. This is going to go into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick it down, then I'm going to fill it with hot glue, and that's going to go in on top of the hot glue. We're going to then put more hot glue or double-sided tape for this to go in. So the problem I'm having now is that the felt is currently too big to fit into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it. I'm actually going to cut it so that we can slot it in there. Okay, then we're just going to cut it on our lines. That is perfect. And we still have a slight overhang that we can stick. So we're going to try and do this with some wood glue. Let's see if it works, my dried out wood glue. Yeah, we don't want to get it on the top. So what you can do is get a peg for this. There we are. And we're going to let that dry. So what we're going to do now, let's move this out the way. I'm super excited about these paints. Granny B's old-fashioned chalk paint. Absolutely love it. Look how gorgeous this is. So I think we're going to go with Lavender Dream. I was going to go with Cotton Candy, but I really like the Lavender Dream. So we're going to go with that one. So I have my paintbrush. It does come with a paintbrush, but because we're only painting a small thing, I'm going to use one of the smaller paintbrushes. Oh, how beautiful is this? Oh my goodness, it's perfect. Like, this is absolute perfection. Like, I knew this paint was amazing, but I didn't know it was this amazing. Wow. And this is one coat with no undercoat. I am thoroughly impressed with this. Wow. I'm actually super impressed with that. How gorgeous is that? So we're now going to do the side. I'm officially blown away. Look at this. This is gorgeous. So I'm just giving it a quick extra coat each side. But look at this coverage. This is freaking amazing. I think this is one of those things you have to actually use it to understand how awesome it really is. And it's basically dry already. That is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, not going to lie. I'm impressed. I am thoroughly impressed, and I think I now have my new favorite paint. Granny B's old-fashioned chalk paint. Absolutely awesome. This is going to be a lot of fun to work with. So I'm going to go wash my hands and my paintbrush. I'll be back now. So we get to bring in our dirty little mat. We're going to plug in our glue gun. So this is going to go into here. Does it fit? Yes, it does. Oh, how awesome is that? So what I want to actually do is I actually want to put hot glue in the back here. Like so. Oopsie. Like so. That is too cool. I am so impressed with myself right now. Okay. So ideally you would want to do these with, what do you call it? What is this stuff called? Ideally you would want to do this with that thin metal wire. Oh, we forgot about our leaf. Oh no. Oh no. Whoopsie. Of course you knew I wasn't leaving it like that. Of course. That is cute. So this is a great way to utilize your spare diamond dots if you're into diamond painting. Craft Buddies actually sells the diamond dots on their own, and they also sell diamond painting kits, like complete kits. If you want to join me on my TikTok this weekend, I will be doing a live on diamond painting, introduction to diamond painting. 2 weeks ago, oopsie, I'm messing up this flower. 2 weeks ago we did introduction to epoxy resin. It was loads of fun. We made some beautiful key rings. So this weekend I will be doing the diamond painting. So if you've never done diamond painting before, you should definitely join me, even if you have done it. I think it's loads of fun. It's loads of fun, and I'm obviously going to be talking about different ways that you can utilize diamond painting, of course. Oopsie. How cute is that? Okay, now we know what we're doing. So we have ugly broken fence, and now we have beautiful flower box. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can get a good view for you. Look how cute that is. Let's look at how cute that looks. I'm in love. I am absolutely in love. So I think for now I'm not going to attach it, and the reason for that is if I want to paint the patio, it's going to make it easier for me if I don't attach it. I'm in love with it though. Sorry, you're all skew. This paint is absolutely amazing. Look at that. Look at that. One coat. How cool is that? I'm super impressed. So that is the end of our project. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. And I can't wait to do this with you again. Before we finish off, I just want to remind you about our competition that we're running. You can win HTV sublimation sheets, Cricut Easy Press Mini. So it is a super easy competition. You have to just post a project, put a hashtag, and you're entered. So if you want more details on that, it is my first video for October. The competition will be running for the month of October, and the winner will be announced on the Craft Buddies page. So go and join them on Facebook. Have a look at my video from beginning of October, and all the details are there. Good luck to everybody that's entered this far, and thank you so much for your entries. The ones that I've seen are absolutely gorgeous. I am proud and blessed to be associated with such arty people. Thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you again.